हमको नहीं दिखा। हमको नहीं दिखा। हाँ, दिख रहा है। Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah. Before I begin, I would like to share that for the implementation of SAP at Gujarat State Fertilizer and Chemical Limited, we received the Scotch Award in the year 2016, where when we implemented SAP, the most of the not most of the all the business process and support functions were covered through that ERP, and we are in the process of upgrading it to S4 HANA. As of now, the project is going on. However, the current topic for today's presentation was transformation through incremental improvement using IT. Now, while we implemented SAP, uh, all the business process were covered, transactions were happening through integrated mode through SAP, and there were a host of non-SAP applications also which we were using, and some of the online forms or physical forms we were using. Uh, so we thought to integrate SAP as well as non-SAP applications, and some of the forms which were there, which were hosted on our intranet website, intranet. The people used to download those forms and fill up the forms, and then after getting it signed, it was going to the service department, respective service department, right? So what we thought that again this is a movement of paper and movement of people and all that. So we thought that why not to integrate SAP as well as non-SAP applications, where and we will enlist in the subsequent slides that how we achieved it. Yeah. So we covered all the stakeholders where we did integrate software, integrate our own applications with ERP, that is SAP in our case, where employee self-service, suppliers, customers, all were integrated, and we converted many of the paper-based processes into application-based processes and workflow-based processes. Okay, the approach and concept what we adopted was.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Actually, your slide is just stuck up in the first only, your presentation. Could you please move your slides?
Just a moment. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay, so this was the second slide where we want to say that we have covered all the stakeholders like supplier, customer, employee, even board of directors. I will talk about that in subsequent slides. That even our board meetings have become digital and paperless. Now, can you see the next slides? Approach and concept.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So what approach we took, that we should have a single source of data entry, avoid duplication of data entry, and integrate all the input sources in the intermediate or final systems. Right. Avoid paper, print only when necessary with resistance, provide info on screen or through mail, which is triggered automatically. Avoid Excel sheets. All the users tend to ask us that please give me the output, and we should be able to download it. Now, once they download, they can always work on it without or with the intention, they can manipulate it also, right? So we said, whatever you want to do, we will give it to you. And we will automatically send it to the respective stakeholder also, right? So we are trying to create that culture that avoid Excel sheets also. Use application and the data which is available centrally and which can be disseminated to all. And we have developed utilities using SAP and other applications to handle repetitive activities and volume of documents. I'll give one example that Weybridge. On Weybridge, there are various trucks which are coming, and raw material and all those things are or material are received. So good receipt in SAP is happening automatically for the volume of data. So we they don't have to enter one by one. So it reduces the chances of error also. I have some of the benefits I have narrated over here. That improved governance and streamlining of processes, reduction in paper and file inventory. Because when there are paper, there is a file, there are filing. When there are filing, then there are racks and cupboards and the storage area required. Right? It is not only paper that we are saving, that but we are saving so many other things. Reduction in people movement. Because once there is paper, somebody has to send it, somebody has to receive it. Right? And there are chances of losing the paper in transit. Duplication of data eliminated, transparency achieved, the status of processes, the status of my form reaching somebody, where has it reached, who has approved and not approved it since long, since how much time, that is available. Increased productivity, obviously, accuracy. And in the logistic department, faster turnaround time has been achieved of the truck in and truck out, time between truck in and truck out has reduced, and procurement process also we have been able to reduce the cycle time. Obviously, once it is out of paper and it is available electronically, the database and knowledge base is created. Otherwise, somebody has to always work on it whenever asked for, right? And easier and faster knowledge dissemination, historic data on a single click. Search has become easy, multiple retrieval at the same time. Of course, it leads to faster decision making and data compilation. Most important thing is job location can become redundant. From wherever I am, I can access this data. Many of the applications are available on mobile as well. And through our website also, we have created an employee corner. So through website also, we can access some of the application, which is from outside whenever you are not in the organization, not in the office. So hence, obviously, quality of professional life, hence quality of personal life also improved. So now we have started giving some of the examples that paperless highlights. So what these are only some of the examples year on year which we can give, and till date, this is only a conservative estimate. Till date, we have saved around 3 lakh A4 size of paper across the company, and it is a conservative estimate because not only this A4 size paper for printing, but also there are some certain forms which were paper-based applications, right? Suppose township quarter allotment. I will give you a very simple example. Township quarter. We have our own captive township. So the quarter allotment used to happen on paper application was on paper. So whatever information company already have, also we were asking from the employee and then asking declaration that the following information is correct and so and so forth. But many of the information data which company already has. So we only which quarter you want and eligibility and everything we have, and even allotment process also has become online. This one example. There are many such example I can give because there are n number of example. I am not elaborating each of them. But for general administration department, for example, vehicle acquisition, right? Online plan modification and scheme proposal processes, which used to carry a lot of proposal data, drawing data, and all that. So all those things are moving across the electronic mode. Right. Most important, employee separation and clearance application. Suppose every time the person is separated or getting retired from the organization, he used to move across the departments to get the clearance done, NOC, right? So that process is now electronic, and the person is not required to move across the departments. And there are so many examples that I can give. Yeah. In question of, and now there are the examples only and benefits mentioned against each of them. The automatic material indent. Based on the ABC class material, SAP generates the indent based on the shortfall of stock below specified limit. Right. So manual default and intervention eliminated. Then on a conservative basis, we also worked out how much saving it could do for that department and person. Right. So vendor re-registration portal. Now, from time to time, we are required to gather the information from the vendors for GST, PAN, contact detail keeps getting changed. So we have provided them with the facility of registration as well as re-registration. Right. I will take you to number 4, purchase document dashboard, where suppose 250 plus departmental and plant users are using certain transactions repetitively. So we have created that set of transactions available to them in a single screen. Yeah, this is the modification within the SAP we have done, customization, so that they don't have to look around and search for them from the menu or remember the transaction code and everything. So those 250 plus out of 1300 users are actually benefited, and they appreciated that, yes, now this makes our work, because they are actually, after the SAP, it is decentralized. There is no EDP, there is no data entry, and the respective departments are entering their own data. So it was very easy for them. There is one raw material planning tool we have developed. I am taking some of the examples which I think which are important. You can ask the question about anybody later on, any item later on. So we have the stock available within SAP. Then we have potential receipts we know within SAP, and we have the potential current consumption level and future consumption requirement. So everybody enters their own data, and material management department receives all these information on a single dashboard, right? So these used to happen through email communication and manual reports. So which has been eliminated now. So every day, 2 or 3 days, every month, 3 or 4 days used to get into all these, right? So this is about material management. Marketing. Now we have around 26,000 plus retailers who sells GSFC stock, fertilizer especially, right? And those people are not directly dealing with us, but they are being dealt with through dealer. But government fertilizer management system has the data of all retailers and what is the stock available with those retailers of which product is available to us. So what we did, that we have sent them SMS in different languages, Hindi, English, and Gujarati. And marketing department has acknowledged that last year we have achieved at least 50% more point of sale as compared to previous year. And why it is more important is that now in fertilizer, that the subsidy is only available when the retailer sells the material to farmer, right? So that is why it was the most important part, where we remind them that this is the stock lying with you, and it has achieved this sale. Similarly, wholesaler stock also, we send the mail to them, automated mail. So we push it to their email ID, right? Marketing
Sorry to
app, I would
interrupt you,
like to
sir. Could you please conclude your presentation in next 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Marketing apps, that marketing app for getting optimal route for ordering stock at depot based on the total cost incurred, because there is fresh subsidy also. So wherever there is a shortest recovery is there, right? And that is available through mobile app also. And after the rack is received at the rack point across the country, from where to distribute this material based on the freight cost, that is optimization is also done there. So people can decide based on all this. So I'm skipping some of them. I'm sure you must have gone through this presentation. And employee confirmation system, after the probation, the employee is confirmed. So again, there were form to be filled up and then signature to be done. Now it is all done paperless. I will skip some of them. DCS and SCADA online monitoring alert system. From plant, every plant there is a 15-minute interval. There is a data available. So if there is a deviation in the data, the alert will go to the respective authority immediately. Because there are some people who are available on the plant, but management will know automatically. Higher management, right? Daily production data entry in the system. Also, there are so many tags being fetched from SCADA and DCS. So it reduces their work on a daily basis. Plant condition monitoring also we have created a bag weight monitoring also we have created the software. And these are the host of applications which we have developed for various other departments. I mentioned benefits are also mentioned there. Medical center management and the outside referral and everything is managed. Even our ISO system, that is integrated management system, also is online, and all the audits and everything is done paperless, and which is a very regular feature. So paper reduction, transparency, and obviously better governance. We have created, last but not the least, compliance management system. So there are various regulations which company has to follow and license to be renewed and all that. So we have created the compliance management with the respective responsible person in the department, and frequency and the reminder before 1 month or depending on the duration. All those things are happening. So it is now available to the higher management. Just to tell you this, cost saving is only on person hour saving from 2012 is worth 68.47 crore, and we can share the Excel how we worked out all this to you. There are new saving every year, yearly saving for that year, and cumulative saving, because the saving done in 2012 also continues for the next year also. So there is a cumulative saving as well. Person hour, decision making faster and cycle time reduction and all I am not considering over here. Right. Some of the dashboards, if you want to see, there is the quantum comparison for our industrial products other than fertilizer, because fertilizer is a regulated commodity. So 2019-20, 2021, and then current year, April, May, June, what is the stock? Then the best part of it is, for on any column you can click and do the ascending and descending, and you can set the filters also if you want to set the filter. So at a single particular dashboard, management or head of the department can look at all these, whether this customer has not done business or he has increased the business with us, and then he can take the leave the call and talk to the customer representative. This is available. So depot profitability, we have around 275 depots for fertilizer distribution. So depot-wise profitability is also available at a click over here, and up to yesterday's data is always available for the day. Advanced billing, some of them I will skip. These are all reports which are now made available, which reduces their manual effort on a daily basis. Some of the dashboards we have created. I think that's all from my side. Any questions I can take?
What I understand is you have got a centralized SAP system, and then others, SCADA, DPS, and all these you have developed separately, which has been integrated to the SAP, right?
Yeah, wherever there is a requirement of integrating with SAP, we have done that, and that have reduced
Right.
the
I understand
manual
that.
effort.
Understand that. Now my question is, that means it's a multi-vendor system. Multi-vendor system, like somebody has developed one portion, somebody has developed other, and then somebody is integrating with SAP, right?
Yeah, so I can answer that. Yes,
Let me ask the question. Let me ask the question.
Yeah, please.
So my question is, when since it's a multi-vendor system, who is responsible if something goes down? How do you specify the responsibility?
Okay. IT department is well equipped. One, IT department takes the responsibility of coordinating between more than one vendor whenever there is the case.
But
In most
I'm not asking about coordination. Coordination, fine. But somebody has to actually fix that bug,
yes,
whatever that is, right? So who is responsible? Whether it is the SAP's responsibility or whether it is the person, the other vendor or whosoever has developed the particular, say, let's take the SCADA system. So first of all, who will identify that the bug is with the SCADA or with SAP?
yeah,
And then who will fix it? So
yeah.
I'm just giving an example. So now the question is, how do you identify this and make the vendor do it within the shortest possible time? No, if you have 3 months to do it, obviously it can be done. But
Yeah,
since it's a running system, you have to do it immediately.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
do you handle that kind of a situation?
So now, okay, I got the question. Wherever there is a bug, first of all, there will be some system which will not work on a particular day or time in the morning or in whatever time of the day it is supposed to be executed. So then we will come to know that yes, it has not worked. So what is the kind of error which we received? There will be some error, or there will be some data which has not been replicated from BCS or SCADA. So if there is a simple network issue, it will be fixed immediately. Then we'll come to know the network issue, then IT department is responsible. Second, if there is no network issue, there is a way to find out whether it is a network issue or not. So then we will approach instrumentation department and their vendors that your system is problem is with your application and not our application, because there is a network which is working between two points, right? And if the data is also available, network is also working, and then subsequently, if there is a software issue, then there are two things. One is non-SAP as well as SAP. So if there is SAP, and if now we have also created capability in-house, if we can solve it within an hour or two, then we will do it ourselves. And if we cannot, then we have service provider to fall back on. In terms of IT, TCS in our case.
So basically, your IT department takes care of all these handling.
Most of the things now we have created the capability ourselves, that hardly we need to depend on the external agency.
So they do have got the basic knowledge. Knowledge is with them.
Yeah, not only basic knowledge. Something which we have not mentioned here is that small subsidiaries we have created in our GSFC has come up with small subsidiaries. So we do our SAP implementation ourselves. Only thing is for critical
Basically,
issues
the
and all.
control is with you. Basically,
Yeah.
the
Control is
domain
completely with
knowledge is
IT.
there, the technical knowledge is there, so you do have the
Yes.
control. So,
Yes.
all right. I think then it's fine.
Yes, madam.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I have no questions, please. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.